Let's make a Reuben braid in the Pampered Chef Deluxe Air Fryer and Oven. Start by heating up the small square stone on the stone bake setting. I'm also going to utilize the sync feature because I'm also going to make some waffle fries in the bottom. And with the sync feature, I can put both my braid and my fries in at the same time, hit start, and it's going to automatically finish both of them at the same time, even though they're at 2 different cooking temperatures. While that's heating up, I'm going to get my braid ready. I'm going to start by grating up some Swiss cheese. If you don't like Swiss cheese, you can use other cheese, but Swiss is what is pretty typical for a Reuben sandwich. I love grating my own cheese versus buying store-bought cheese. It's so much better for you without any added ingredients. I'm going to lightly flour the metal pizza peel. This is going to make it really easy to move this onto the stone once it's finished up. I use the crescent roll sheets. You can use just crescent rolls. This one was a disappointment. It had a hole in the middle and a piece that was broken off, but no worries. I'm just going to roll it out. This is a very forgiving meal that you're not even going to notice if there's some imperfections in it when it's done. It's still going to taste delicious. And as long as my dough fits on this pizza peel, I know it's going to fit on my pizza stone. So there we go. Get it all laid out here. Just kind of pinch it where it's broken so it'll, as it heats up, kind of fill those gaps in. I just used some deli corned beef, but if you had like leftover corned beef, if you made up a roast or something like that, this is great for using up those leftovers. And you can be pretty generous with this. I probably could have gone a little bit more. I used about ½ a pound for one roll of dough. I probably could have done about 3/4 of a pound and it would have been pretty good. But this was my first time making it, so we live and we learn. So there's my advice for you. Again, you can change out the meat here. If you're not a corned beef fan, you can make a turkey Reuben. There's other options. You can really mix this up and do what you want with it. Add in a little bit of that shredded cheese. Then I'm going to get my sauerkraut, because you can't have a Reuben without sauerkraut. And this is October, right? So we should be doing our beer and brats and sauerkraut and all the things for Oktoberfest, right? I'm German, so here we go. I'm throwing in my sauerkraut. Then we're just going to add a little bit of your favorite Thousand Island dressing on top of that. You don't want to do too much because when you bake it, it'll start to get soggy. And with the sauerkraut, you also want to make sure that you're not getting all those juices in there. I added in a little extra cheese there just for good measure because yum. These braids are so easy to pull together. I've done them in so many different ways. You can do like a Philly cheesesteak. You can really fill these with anything. You can make a taco braid. If you search the Pampered Chef website and search braid, wreath, or ring, you'll get so many ideas for dinner. And this bakes for 17 minutes in the Deluxe Air Fryer and Oven. And I'm getting all this ready just while my air fryer is heating up. I think it was probably heated up at about this point here. It doesn't take too long to heat it up, but it also doesn't take too long to put this together, guys. You can cut your strips. Again, they don't have to be perfectly even. The one thing you want to make sure is that you do the same amount of strips on both sides. So when you twist this up together, you don't end up with an extra piece on one end or the other. But you can do these thicker or thinner, however you want your braid to look when it's all finished up. And then you just start twisting them together, and you start at one end and you work your way down till you get all the way to the finish. I did not do an egg wash on this, but you can definitely do an egg wash on it. It's going to give you more of a glisten. It's going to look prettier on the table, I guess. And then you can also kind of brush off some of the flour. I wish I would have done that. But it still turned out pretty delicious, just like this. Again, it's my first try doing it this way. I've done lots of braids before. But when I was searching some recipes on the website, I saw the Reuben one and I thought, oh, I could do that. So here we are, giving it a go. Then I'm just going to put this right onto that hot stone, and it comes off here pretty easily. And you want to make sure when you're putting this together that you're pulling your dough out of the fridge at the last minute. That's really the key here. Then again, I just put it in. It's going to hold on the bottom until it's time to start those waffle fries. And it's just going to cook up perfectly and just start when it's time. And I don't have to sit here and babysit this. I can go about my day and dinner's going to be ready. And we've got our waffle fries and our delicious braid. So easy.